Good morning, dear students. I, Professor Basuraj Kuruche, welcome you all for today's lecture of business communication. In previous Zoom class, we saw the introduction about business communication and some meaning and definitions. Once again, we will repeat them and then we will move ahead with the components of business communication. You can have all the great ideas in the world, and if you can't communicate, nobody will hear them. You will be having n number of ideas, but those ideas need to be expressed. These ideas need to be explained. Then only those ideas or those points or that knowledge has value. So let us see why this communication, how it came, and other things. This communication is a Latin word which comes from the word communis or communicare, which means to share, sharing of idea, sharing of knowledge. That is what communication is. So let us see the meaning of communication. Communication is the exchange of thoughts, messages, or information by speech, visual, signals, writing, or behavior. It may be sharing or exchange of thoughts, exchange of message, exchange of information through any mode. It may be through speech, that is by speaking, by visual mode, by signals, writings, or behavior. Through whatsoever mean the message need to be, or message, thought, idea need to be communicated or shared with the other peoples. This process is known as communication. It is the transmission of an idea or feeling so that the sender and receivers share the same understanding. Whatsoever the information it may be, whatsoever the information we are having, this information need to be shared, and the sender and the receiver both should understand the same meaning, and the same meaning need to be understood, inculcated, or say clarified by both the people, and should understood in the same sense. This is known as communication. Let us see some definitions of communication. Communication is the process involving the selection, production, and transmission of signals in such a way as to help a receiver, or here he should perceive a similar meaning to that in the minds of the communicator. This is one of the definition. Then second definition by Newman and Summers. It is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or emotions by two or more persons. Here the ideas, emotions need to be shared, expressed, and exchanged between two people. The next definition by Davis, what he is trying to tell is communication is a process of passing information and understanding from one to another. Here, according to Davis, communication is not only just passing the information, but the information what we have passed need to be understood by the person to whom we are sending, and he should understand the meaning, reason, and the message. The next definition given by the American Management Association is communication is any behavior that results in an exchange of meaning. It may be any sort of behavior through which the meaning is being understood or exchanged between the two persons. So these are the definitions of communication. 2 marks question may come. What do you mean by communication, or what do you mean by define business communication? Now business communication is the sharing of information between people within an organization, that is performed for the commercial benefit of the organization. Here, business communication means sharing of information, ideas, thoughts, knowledge within the organization and outside the organization as well. For from the business viewpoint, whatsoever exchange of ideas, thoughts, knowledge, messages we do, that communication comes under business communication. So, this is the simple meaning and definition of business communication. Now, let us move ahead with the main components of communication process. When we say communication process, minimum requirements should be there. For example, if we want to cook food, we say that fire is required, water is required, vessels are or utensils are required, and then the cooking material, if vegetables, then food grains, etc., is essential. Similarly, when we say communication process, there are certain basic components which should be there. In that, number one, context. Some context must be there so that the information can be shared. Without any context, the information cannot be shared or cannot be communicated. So first thing is context should be there. Second is sender or encoder. The person, whosoever he may be, should be a sender. Someone should pass on the message. Someone should send that message, then the communication process begins. And this sender is also known as encoder. This is the second main component of communication process. Third thing is message. Some message should be there. Suppose if I am sending a notice today about scholarship, then the notice has a message of scholarship. Similarly, whatsoever I am communicating, it need to have some sort of message which the sender is communicating to the receiver. So, some message should be there. Fourth basic component is the medium. Medium means through what way I am sending this message. Suppose I want to communicate a message to some other department. At that point of time, how I am communicating, whether I am sending a letter or an email or a telephone call or a text message, WhatsApp message, whatsoever mean it may be, but the medium of communication should be there. So this is the another essential of our communication process, that is medium should be there. And after medium, there should be someone to receive that message or decoder of the message. Sender will be encoder and the receiver will be decoder. So a recipient or decoder or a receiver of a message should be there to whom this message is to be sent. So without a receiver or without a decoder, the message is waste. So therefore a receiver should be there to receive that message. And after that, after receiving that message, the same message need to be understood, processed, and then it need to be revolted back, that is through feedback, whatsoever it is. Suppose if it is an offer, whether I am accepting or rejecting, it need to be communicated, the feedback need to be given. So these are the basic or main components of communication process. Now we know what are the main required things about communication process. Now let us begin with the communication process. Here the communication process is very much important. A 5 marks question may come, what do we mean by or explain a communication process? At that point of time, here the communication process begins with sender. The sender will have to think what message is to be sent. So Second step is message. In this message, the sender will say, analyze, or express his views, his thoughts, his ideas, and the message is ready to be encoded. Encoded means to prepare in such a way through which the receiver of the message will understand. So the next step is of encoding. The message need to be encoded, and fourth stage of communication process is media. Here the media includes through what way the message is being sent. As we discussed, whether I am sending this message through a letter, through a text message, through say email, a telephone call, or a memo, whatsoever the media is. It may be a signboard, it may be a say visual board, whatsoever it may be, what media I am selecting to send the message, that is also important. So the next step involved in this process is of media. Many times what happens, when we are selecting the media, we need to select such a way that the message is reached to the receiver within the stipulated time, and not only reaching, but it should be say sent in a safe way. Many times the certain say confidential messages would be there, and those confidential messages cannot be say spread or cannot be sent in a improper way. For example, if any notice related to examination it is there, the university will send it through emails. Once it reaches to the college, then the college may intimate the students either through notice or through a circular or through the social media or WhatsApp groups or so on. So what media here we are selecting for sending the message is very much important. So these basic things in the beginning about our communication process are sender, then the message what the sender is say going to send, and after that the encoding process. The message need to be encoded, and the encoded message need to be sent through the media. So this is the first half of the communication process. This half is related with the sender of the message. Here these four steps are associated with the person whosoever is trying to send the message or the sender of the message. So that's why here the four stages or four beginning steps are associated with the sender. So let's that is the message generated by the sender is coded symbolically, such as in the form of words, pictures, gestures, etc. before it is being conveyed. So it is encoded, and then the manner in which the encoded message is transmitted. The message may be transmitted orally or in writing. The media of communication may include telephone, internet, post, fax, email, etc. So the sender need to say choose the media of the communication. The next fifth step is, or fifth stage of communication process is decoding. It is the process of converting the symbols encoded by the sender. After decoding, the message is received by the receiver. Whatsoever the message a sender has sent, it need to be converted in an understandable manner by the receiver for his reference. And next stage is receiver. He is the person who is last in the chain and for whom the message was sent by the sender. Once the receiver receives the message and understands it in proper perspective and acts according to the message, only then the purpose of communication is successful. But if the receiver does not understand in what context the message is being sent by the sender, then it is a unsuccessful process. So only when the receiver understands the message in what context or related to what perspective the sender has sent that message, then only it is a successful communication. And last stage, in the second last stage, is about feedback. Once the receiver confirms to the sender that he has received the message and understood it, the process of communication is completed. Here, understanding and acting accordingly is essential. Whether the receiver accepts that message or he denies the order or whatsoever it is, that is a secondary thing, but the message need to be reached to the receiver, and the receiver must respond whether he has received, he had understood, and or whatsoever the process it may be. And lastly, noise. It refers any obstruction that is caused by the sender message or received during the process of communication. For example, if the message is being communicated through telephonic way, the bad noise or connection problem, faulty encoding or faulty decoding, or inattentive receiver, or poor understanding of message due to the pre-estimation or pre-understanding or appropriate gestures what the receiver has towards the sender. So these are the things about the communication process. Moving further, the communication process has given in various books in a various manners. So this communication process I have tried to give or explain in this simpler way. If you refer the various different books, there are different processes given one step here and there in various books. With this, we shall stop here in today's class. In tomorrow's class, we shall see the various types of communication. These types of communications are very much essential. We need to know, and then we will see about the importance of communication. Till then, we shall stop here. If you have any doubts, questions, queries, you all can feel free to contact me at any point of time. Thank you. Good day.